Okay, hey everybody, welcome to tonight's training. We are doing the new ambassador training. It's series 101. Week 3, we're going to be talking about sharing Plexus on social media and your resources. So this should shed some light on how to post strategically and smart on Facebook and intrigue people to hopefully message you and contact you about what is Plexus and if it can help them and what might be interested for them for products or even join your team. So let me go ahead and start this screen share again. Let's see, share screen. Okay, so where's my thingy? Okay, the new ambassador training 101 series, week 3, sharing Plexus and more. Just to recap what's covered in the 101 series, week 1 we went over the nuts and bolts, basics and terminology. We also went over the intro to the success guide, your why, goals, and a plan of action using an example of going silver with 100 PV. We also talked about creating your Franks list, building belief, and creating a database. Week 2, we talked about products and be a product of the product. Week 3, we're going to be talking about sharing Plexus in social media, smart and strategic posting. We'll also talk about resources such as the Plexus Learning Center, YouTube channels, and opportunity calls. And then next week, week 4, we're going to finish up the 101 series with events, talking about the business launch, opportunity, and corporate events. And then we will start fresh in a 201 series that will go more in depth on all of these subjects. So first things first, relationships and sharing from the heart. As you start sharing about Plexus, you want to build those relationships with your friends and family that you're sharing with, and you want to share from the heart. So network marketing should really be called relationship marketing. You want to nurture your relationships and send the message that the relationship is more important no matter if they ever buy Plexus or join your team. You also want to share from your heart. You want to aim to help as many people as you can with our amazing products and the business opportunity. You want to be genuine and sincere. You also want to be relational and ask questions and find out what their why would be for Plexus. When you know what someone struggles with, you can share a testimony that will connect to their heart. Remember the database and the opportunity calls and the diamond documentaries that you've been watching and creating that database with. You want to use those stories. But before you can share, you need to know what people are struggling with. And that comes from engaging in that relationship. So you want to take the pressure off. You don't want to be salesy. You don't want to be pushy. You want to think about it. And a lot of us as new ambassadors, we're scared to share about Plexus because one, we're getting paid for sharing. But for me personally, even if I wasn't paid to share about Plexus or to, promote Plexus, I would still share about it because it's changed my life. It's changed my friends and family's life. So of course I'm going to share about it. It's just like if you went to a new restaurant and tried it for the first time and you fell in love with the food or a certain waiter or waitress, whatever. It's the same thing as if you were to share about that restaurant or share about a new store that you went into, or a new shampoo, conditioner, something that you have experienced and you liked about it and you shared it with somebody. When you share Plexus with strangers, you want to have a genuine approach. Use the product sample card, which is available at the myplexusprint.com, and you want to ask them if they know anyone that struggles that Plexus, or anyone with struggles that Plexus could help with. So you could, casually bring it up and say, do you by chance know anybody that struggles with weight loss, diabetic, pain, inflammation, gut health, stuff like that? That way, even if you know that they can personally use Plexus and could benefit from Plexus, you're not just saying, hey, I think you need Plexus. You're actually saying, hey, do you know anybody that could benefit from these products that struggles with X, Y, and Z? Because then you're not saying, hey, you need this. You're actually, giving an example of if they know somebody. So then they could come back and was like, yeah, well, my Aunt Sally could use it, but I also struggle with, diabetes or weight loss. So, what is this stuff? So that way it gets them talking more to you about it, even with friends and family. Even if you are like hesitant to talk to them about it, say, I know this may not be for you, but do you know anybody that might be interested and could benefit from Plexus? Remember that it isn't about you and it's about them. The spotlight should be on them 80% of the time, meaning you're listening 80% of the time. You always want to be asking questions, finding out how their life is going or how their kids are doing, anything that could relate to their personal life. You want to, dig a little deeper and build on that relationship, because people don't want to share their struggles, whether it's health-wise or financially, with you until they trust you. If you have any issues or don't know how to start a conversation, you want to refer back to Chapter 6 in your success guide for conversation starters. Sharing about Plexus starts with being relational and developing relationships. You want to build that trust. No matter how you share, being genuine and sincere in helping people and putting the relationship first is so important. Understanding what their struggle is so you know how to connect to their heart and show them how Plexus could help is the best way to share. Let me go back to... Okay, social media is a powerful tool. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram. It's not the only tool that we have. So you want to be powerful when you are using your social media, but you also want to be powerful when you use it correctly. So a method of connecting, social media is a method of connecting with your network, your friends, your family, your acquaintances. It's also the best way to introduce people to Plexus and lead them into private conversations. So if somebody is commenting on your post, on your Plexus post, you want to tell them, hey, I'm going to send you a personal message, and then continue that discussion in a personal message. That way you're not, asking them all these personal questions. You can probably hear my train going by, or not my train, but the train back there. Anyways, so you want to start that private conversation, because many people aren't going to want to be posting about their struggles health-wise or financially on, in comments on your personal post. So you want to take that into a private conversation. Posting on social media does not mean that you're holding the golden ticket. Just because you're posting on Facebook or social media, you might get a few hits of people are interested, but it doesn't automatically mean that everybody's going to be flooding your messages and contacting you about Plexus. We wish it could work like that, but sometimes it just doesn't. I don't get people to purchase from me because I post. My friends and my family, they buy or they join my team because somewhere, somehow I've connected with them on their heart, and we have that trusted relationship with each other that they're willing to trust me on this Plexus journey. So just keep that in mind as you're reaching out to friends and family. You want to build that trust with them so that they can trust you to share about their struggles. You also want to use your social media as a tool to connect to the heart, but not to drive home the sell. Social media is not a replacement for a face-to-face interaction. Face-to-face is always going to be better and more powerful. Since Facebook is the primary tool for so many, we're going to focus on Facebook, but the concepts apply to social media as a whole. So think about how you can, it's going to go back to that, how you can take the concepts that we're talking about tonight and put it towards your Facebook and your Twitter account, your Instagram, Pinterest. I mean, you could get on Pinterest and make different boards of healthy foods or exercises. You can even have a board of Plexus, just tons of Plexus stuff, because people are going to be following your boards. I see tons of people making boards of healthy foods and exercise, and that's all great, but are they using supplements? Supplements is going to be a huge impact on their journey. So being consistent, we're going to go through these bullets I'm going to talk about them, and then I'm going to go more in depth. I don't know if y'all can, hold on. Okay, y'all should be able to see the be consistent. So people are watching, and then people are always watching. And then we're also going to be talking about expectations versus reality. And then also not being consistent also sends a message. So you always want to be consistent. So going more in depth, people are always watching. Even if they aren't commenting or liking your post, they are always watching. It will be about timing as to when they reach out. Eventually you will make that post on Facebook or on social media that will strike a nerve and connect to their heart. So talking about expectations versus reality, a lot of people quit too soon because they expect a flood of customers or team members just by posting on social media. Y'all, it's going to take time, and it takes connecting in person, and it takes connecting on social media. You want to reach out to your friends and family and build that relationship still. And then bring up Plexus in some nonchalant, genuine way. You also want to tell a story about your journey. You want to be consistent with your posting. So let's say that someone joined your team and they're posting on Facebook. They post on Facebook for a total of 3 days. And they are expecting a flood of messages after they start posting, but yet it took them 18 months of watching their sponsor post. So you got to think about your journey. How long were you watching your sponsor post before you reached out and asked about Plexus, or you started or tried taking the products and decided to join as an ambassador? You want to give your audience that same grace period. Not being consistent as well, it sends a message that, one, you're not committed, you're not passionate. It could just be a phase that you're going through, or you're just not really into it. A good example of this is I was actually talking with a friend of mine from high school, and we were, just catching up on Facebook. I hadn't talked to her in a while and just seeing how she was doing. And I saw on Facebook that she was posting about, struggling with energy, or, just having some personal issues, and she was posting about it on Facebook. So in our messages, I brought up Plexus. And you know what she responded back? And keep in mind, me and this girl have been Facebook friends for like over 5 years. She responded back saying, thanks for thinking about her, but she's actually using XYZ supplements, and she's actually an ambassador with them, and, promoting the business, working the business or whatever. But yet I've been friends with her for 5 years, and I've never seen her make a single post about these products or about, anything. And I'm like, really, if you love the products, and if they're changing your life that much, why aren't you sharing about them? Like, why not? I mean, are you that insecure about them? Or, I mean, it doesn't make sense. So not being consistent can also send that message out. You also want to let your friends and family know that you are selling Plexus. I've heard stories where, the aunt will message the sponsor and saying, hey, I'm interested in Plexus, when her daughter is selling Plexus. And it's like, hello, contact your daughter, she's an ambassador as well. So keep in mind, when you're posting about Plexus, you want to be consistent, because it sends a signal. And it kind of sucks when people are getting into network marketing. People are going to be watching you, but instead of watching you to succeed and hoping you succeed, they're really expecting you to fail, just because that's everybody's thought in network marketing. You can't make it in network marketing. That was my thought with my prior multi-level marketing business. You had to be, basically working your butt off, not having a life. You had to eat, breathe, and sleep that company just to make $1. And that's not how Plexus is. And that's what I love about that. So I just, hold on. Dang it. Oh my goodness. Okay, 1 second. Holy cow. I don't know what I did. Okay. I'm over here cheating, and y'all caught me cheating reading my notes. Okay, So being consistent, people are always watching, expectations versus reality, and not being consistent also sends a message. So you always want to be consistent. Along with being consistent, you always want to be positive. You want to be positive on your Facebook. Dang it, hold on. I'm having issues. This computer is not wanting to work with me. Okay, so you always want to be positive on your personal page and also on team pages. So when you're posting on your Facebook, your personal page is your business page. And this also goes to team pages and group pages as well. You always want to be positive. If you're having issues with something, don't blast it on Facebook. Nobody wants to see your personal stuff on Facebook. But you know, call your mom, call your sister, call somebody and vent to them, not on Facebook. I love this little picture. It shows in this little kid. He's so cute. It's like Peyton's little boyfriend or something. So if you have a problem, you want to face it. You don't want to Facebook it. Dang it. Hold on, I'm having issues with this. Okay, so being positive. Life isn't always roses and rainbows. We know that. But airing things out on social media is not the place to do it. You want to be real and you want to be vulnerable on your Facebook, but you don't want to whine, complain, then curse on social media. That just kind of sends a bad image on you. You also want to present yourself honestly, but positively on social media. So like I said, if you have a problem, face it, don't Facebook it. Okay, engaging. We're gonna go through the bullets and then I'll go more in depth. I'll go back. Okay, so engaging. Comments are comments bump newsworthy statuses. Comments equals engagement. Seriously? Comments equals engagement, and then you also want to create non-plexus friend list and then non-plexus call to action or comments. So going more in depth, when you are getting comments on a post, comments boost your status more than likes. And this tells Facebook that that post is newsworthy, and it bumps the post up in the newsfeed. So I'm sure you've seen like where you are constantly seeing this person's status update because it has tons of comments underneath it. So that's why, because the more comments it has, the more it gets bumped up to the top. You also have comments equals engagement. Engagement tells that tells Facebook that you really know this person and you will see their posts and they will see yours show up in their newsfeed. So anybody, as you become a Plexus ambassador, you're probably going to get a lot of friend requests from other Plexus ambassadors. So soon your whole Facebook feed is going to be nothing but Plexus. So you want to go and find your non-Plexus friends and comment on their post. Now you want to be smart about this. You don't want to go to like Sally's page and comment on her last post when it was like a week or 2 weeks ago. That's kind of stalkerish. So you want to make sure that it was like a recent post that she did. And then you want to comment on it, because the more that you comment and engage with other other friends on your Facebook, the more that you're going to see their posts and they're going to see your post, including your Plexus post. So then you won't even have to like out of the blue bring up Plexus. She'll already see your post and will know kind of what you're talking about. You can also on Facebook create a non-Plexus friends list. I don't know the exact way to do this. I've done it. But there's a way that you can go into Plexus and create a list of friends, and you can isolate that newsfeed to make it easier to comment. So you can actually go to your friends list, click non-Plexus friends, and it'll have all your non-Plexus friends all in one location. So you can actually go through that newsfeed and it's easier to comment. You also want to do a non-Plexus call to action comment, meaning that it's a way that you can post on Facebook and get people's opinion about something, not even anything Plexus related. Let me go to the next slide, 1 second. Okay, so an example of a post like that is Jennifer's post right here. It says, Gap just informed me that this is stylish for spring. What do you think? So it can be anything along these lines. It doesn't even have to be clothes related, but you want to do something where it's going to have people comment and give their opinion about something. I just did a post the other day about kids missing socks. How many times have you asked your kid, where's your sock? And people were commenting on it because that's the same type of post. Okay, when sharing about Plexus, you want to have passion and you want to have excitement. I keep hitting the wrong dang button. Okay, Facebook is basically like blogging. It's blogging your life. Your Facebook post should reflect excitement for Plexus and other things that you love. Passion is contagious, and your audience should know what your passions are, whether it's, of course, Plexus, your kids, your family, any hobby that you like, your dogs. Post about your life. People want to see that, and people want to see what you're passionate about. Adding value by posting encouraging, educational, and exciting posts will also attract them to you, and you'll be able to attract them to Plexus. People want to be a part of what you're doing, and you will attract them to the products and some to your business just by the passion that you show with your post. You also want to have balance when you're posting. You want to have your Plexus post and you want to have your personal post. So having that balance, what does that exactly look like? You do not want to blast on social media all Plexus every day, all day. You want to have a ratio, and it's saying my internet is unstable. Hopefully y'all can still see this. You want to have a ratio of personal and Plexus posts, and this is your own decision of what you want to do. You can do 2 Plexus posts to 1 personal post, or 1 Plexus post to 2 personal posts, or 1-on-1. Hopefully I didn't mix that up and that's not too confusing. Okay, personal. I'll go through, dang it. Okay, so your personal post. You want to, oh my goodness, I think I just deleted it. No, I didn't. Okay, so you want to connect to the heart and tell stories. You want to make a heartfelt connection, and you want to tell your Plexus story. Information tells, story sells. So you can post all this information about Plexus all the time, about the products, about the opportunity. But once you start sharing about stories of either yourself or other people, like testimonies, that is what's going to get to people's heart, and that's what's going to sell them on Plexus. If you look on your Facebook, the right side of your screen, it's full of ads, and you don't want the newsfeed to be full of ads. So when you're posting about Plexus, keep in mind that people don't want to see stuff that looks like ads. So this is a good example. So she posted a picture and it says, my mom had bought these jeans for me a few years back, and I thought, honestly, mother, there will never be a time for me to get into these. Yet I kept them because I really, really like them. Good thing I did. My secret is really not a secret. So here she basically posted about weight loss and how much weight she's lost, and she's able to get in jeans that she never thought she'd be able to get in. But she's also posting about Plexus, but never in her post did she mention Plexus. So this is a good, attention grabber, but it's also telling her story. So when you're being personal, you want to connect to the heart and tell stories. You want to avoid ad-like posts. You want to remember commenting etiquette. You also want to share your own experience. You want to refrain and ditch the message me or adding in your web link to your post that you post on Facebook. It kind of looks salesy. If people are interested in the products or interested in what's going on, they're going to message you. They're going to comment. You could even, instead of like posting your website, use it as a hashtag. Get a domain name. For instance, the example here, it's hashtag denverpinkdrink.com. So that means that their website is denverpinkdrink.com, but they strategically posted it in there as a hashtag. You also want to be authentic with your post. Here's a good example. Lori Harrison, I absolutely love her. She has a YouTube page and she is straightforward and has a lot of information on the products and on the business. So here she posted, marriage is not bliss. In fact, if someone tells you that, question their judgment. Sometimes marriage is toleration. But on days like today, when I've been out of town all week and my man is spending his Sunday outside working on a tedious cabinet project for my vintage remodel, while I can just chat his leg off, well, he's my best friend and today marriage is bliss. So this is a personal post and it's showing her life and what she's doing. Nowhere in there is plexus. It's being genuine and authentic. And it's showing that she basically has a life outside of plexus, but she's able to spend time with them because of her plexus freedom. So recommendations of smart and strategic posting. You want to do one non-plexus post every day. So this is just a recommendation. You don't have to follow this, but it's going to give you basically, we're going to go over basically how to post like for a week. So every day you want to do one non-plexus post every day. So a good example of that, and I love this picture. It's really cute, and I can like so relate to that. So it says, another reason why I keep dodging Pepper's daily request for a dog. And then the little picture, it says, some people have backyards that are sanctuaries for relaxation and reflection. I've got a giant dog toilet that I have to mow. That is hilarious. So that's something that is funny and entertaining that you can post that people are going to like to see. So another recommendation is one plexus post every day, and you want to make it personal. So here we have two examples. We have Stephanie here. She is posting about her energy, and it says, this is Plexergy. 3 miles done, now some hit. Happy Monday, everyone. What want this kind of energy? And then she has hashtags about plexus. So you want to keep it personal, but also have your own story of how plexus is affecting your life. And then another example is if you see somebody's post and you love what they're posting or how it affected their life, share it. Don't just, now be smart when you share their posts. You don't want to just scroll down and click share unless you absolutely have to. Like if it's a video or something, I'll personally share like my uplines videos just because she is really good about making videos and getting to the point across. But here it shows that Heather posted about quitting her job after doing 70, 80-hour weeks at a hospital and airport as a radiology student. She was able to quit her job, and then Jenny posted about it. So another quitter due to plexus, meaning Heather just quit her 70 to 80-hour job because of her plexus business is exploding. So who wants to be a quitter? So that's a good example. If you do find a post or a testimony that you want to share on Facebook, I would recommend copying and pasting it into your personal Facebook, but you want to add in a little note like Jenny did here for Heather's post to make it more personal and share about like what you feel and how it affects you in a way. So another recommendation for smart and strategic posting, 2 times a week, you want to add in a call to comment post. Here's the example of what happened. Okay, here's an example of the close thing. So you want to post something that's going to grab somebody's attention, but it's not plexus related. So like this one, it's the jeans again, and it says, Gap just informed me that this is a stylish for spring. What do you think? This is going to have people commenting and giving their opinion. So another recommendation is one Plexus engaging post per week. So you can do something like Tell Me About It Tuesday. Tell me what you love about Plexus, or tell me how Plexus has changed your life. Tell me about your Plexus energy, something Plexus related that has people commenting on it. When you do post something like this, go into your big team page if you have one. For my personal team, we have one either with me or with my sponsors team page. And there's a picture on there where you can go and say, hey, will you come love on my post? And ambassadors will come in and they'll tell you about what they're experiencing with Plexus. So just a recap of a recommendation of smart and strategic posting, you want to do one Plexus or one non-Plexus post every day, one Plexus post every day, but you want to make it personal. 2 times a week, you want to add in a call to comment post, and one Plexus engaging post per week. You also want to expand your audience. You want to build new relationships. Oops. So as you're out and about, and if you see somebody like in the grocery store and they are just loading up on sodas or energy drinks, you might want to, offer them a Plexus sample. Or, this would be a great opportunity to say, hey, this might not be for you, but do you know anybody that's struggling with energy or weight loss or inflammation? I am looking to help people, and the business that I'm in can help with that. And they might be like, oh my gosh, I need energy. I'm like dead. So that would be a perfect opportunity. You want to aim to add 2 new people per week. There's a thing on Facebook where it says people you may know. Go through that and see if there's anybody that you know. Aim to add 2 new people a week, because this is going to expand your audience and it's going to be more people that you can share Plexus with. You also want to nurture your social media relationships. You want to follow up on friendships. Don't just post, or don't just message them and talk to them about Plexus. You want to talk to them about their life, about their kids, about their family. Build on that relationship, because like I said before, when you have that relationship and that trust, people are going to see your Plexus post and they're going to be like, okay, I trust this girl enough, and I can ask her about Plexus and how it can help with me. Also, post about birthdays and life events. If somebody has a birthday, wish them a happy birthday. If they have a new life event, congratulate them on that. You also want to be genuine and sincere when you're, building that relationship and bringing up Plexus if you are. You also want to nurture your relationship. This applies to social media too. So just keep in mind as you are building those relationships. So daily, you want to strive for the following. You want to be consistent. You want to stay positive. You also want to get personal. You want to tell stories and make a heart connection. You want to engage your audience. You also want to expand your audience and be genuine and nurture your relationships. Let me see if okay, we're almost done. Oops. Okay, so resources to follow and to tap into. So we have a plexuslearningcenter.com. This is a corporate blog a corporate blog to stay up to date with latest corporate happenings, access corporate videos. This has tons of information about the products, opportunity calls, and diamond documentaries. There's a website also called plexuspowertools.com. This has templates and more. It's $10 a year to access this. It has scripts, it has outlines for emails, it has all kinds of stuff that you would probably ever need and more to post about with Plexus. You also have your back office communications tab, the multimedia library. There is tons of videos in there and stuff to help you promote and learn about your business, not only the opportunity, but about the products. We have myplexusprint.com where you can print business cards, sample cards, etc. There's a link of this in the back office. If you scroll all the way down where it shows you like the 4 boxes, it'll be there at the bottom. There's also many Etsy or Etsy shops, however you pronounce it, that also have compliance approved print material. YouTube channels that you want to subscribe to, we have the Plexus Worldwide. They have all the diamond documentaries and opportunity calls. We have the Plexus U, which is like Plexus University. Amy Darling is an ambassador that has great product knowledge. Jennifer Pickett has great product knowledge. Tamara Holloway, she has business building content on her YouTube channel. Melissa Eichenhorst has business building content. Jen Hawkins, she includes a skeptical spouse interviews by her husband, Cody Hawkins. Sarah Marble is a great person to follow. Sonia Dudley and Tim and Michelle Thomas, they actually host weekly Rock the Pink live videos. They are pretty cool, and you can check them out on your YouTube. But I would go to these and subscribe. Also, if your upline or your sponsor has a YouTube channel, I would check those out as well. So I hope that this gave y'all some insight of how to post on Facebook. It's telling me that we have 3 minutes left before it kicks us off. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. Let me see. I'm going to go to Connie. Let me unmute you. Connie, do you have any questions?
No, I guess not. I missed the first few minutes. I seem to have technical trouble getting
It's okay.
on sometimes.
It's okay. I was having issues too, so don't worry about it.
But I guess I'm still not that good with, you know, I use Facebook, but I don't use Instagram or any of the other types of social media, you know, so
And a lot of people tend to use Facebook more. I mean, I use Facebook more. I do have an Instagram, but I sometimes forget about it. And it's kind of hard to post on both. And I don't know, it's just confusing at times. But I mean, your posts have been great. You've been very personal and sharing your personal experiences. So I would keep at that. Maybe add in some like other people's testimonies. That way, in case somebody can't personally relate to you, then they can relate to somebody else.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to mute you. And Jennifer, you have less than a minute. Do you have any questions?
I don't know. I was thinking about the posting too much.
Posting too
much. But it kind of did the little balancing thing, so that's kind of good. But I don't know about adding 2 new people a week.
That's kind of hard, especially for me, because I mean, especially with Clay's life and the law enforcement stuff, I'm just kind of
oh dang.